Matt Armstrong is the best person to go to if you want to turn a wrecked car into a beautiful work of art. In his shed, cars are more than just tools. They're like stories come to life. Matt has a multi-million-dollar car collection that is both exciting and impressive. He is known for his amazing skill at restoring crashed supercars to working classic cars. Hold on tight, because we're going to look at Matt Armstrong's collection of cars. Let's start with the special edition Rolls-Royce Wraith, which is Matt's favorite remake. Rashford was in a crash with the car near his club's practice ground in September 2023, which is when Matt got this beauty. The PS7000 Wraith was badly damaged in the crash. The insurance company was unable to pay for the car's custom and sleek Mansory upgrades, but Matt thought it was a gem. Mansory upgrades? The insurance company put the car up for sale when they decided it couldn't be fixed. Matt bought it for $185,000, which saved him more than $500,000. It looked like there was no way to fix the Wraith because it had both structural and mechanical damage. But Matt was ready for the test. On his YouTube page, he showed how he did the whole restoration process, from getting original Rolls-Royce and Mansory parts to fixing problems with the ignition and air suspension. The process of repair took a long time. The Wraith's 6.6 LV12 engine, which makes 624 horsepower and 605 lb-50s of torque, is what makes it unique. The story behind it is also interesting. The engine lets the car go from 0 to 60 mph in just 4 seconds. 4 seconds, which is pretty fast for a high-end Grand Tourer. To top it all off, Matt changed the cabin with some Mansory upgrades that made the car go from 100 to the moon. The special edition Rolls-Royce Wraith may have won first place with its story of repair, but the 2012 Lamborghini Gallardo isn't far behind. As you can see, the Gallardo didn't start out as an expensive car. It was damaged in an accident, so when it was first bought, both the bodywork and the motor systems were broken. In the same way that he did with the Rolls-Royce, Matt bought it knowing that restoring it would be hard but worthwhile. When the deal was done, Matt went to work. To fix up the car, he found original Lamborghini parts such as chassis parts and panels. A lot of work had to be done on the destroyed area, especially on the bumper and drivetrain. As part of the restoration process, the Gallardo's aggressive lines and unique LED headlights were refreshed, making sure the car kept its famous look. Matt carefully replaced the worn-out parts after weeks of hard work and a full mechanical checkup that included everything from the frame to the brakes. This took the wrecked car and fixed it up completely while still meeting Lamborghini's high-tech standards. Under the hood, the Gallardo has a 5.2L naturally aspirated V10 engine that can make 560 horsepower. A push-performance twin-tourer kit turned it into a beast. The Grand Tourer can go from 0 to 60 mph in just 3.7 seconds thanks to its all-wheel drive system. Its speed on the road is unmatched. Plus, the improved aerodynamics and light aluminum body make it not only fast but also very agile. The Gallardo has high-end leather seats, a high-tech entertainment system, and a cabin that is designed with the driver in mind. From one Lamborghini to the next, Matt Armstrong's 2002 Lamborghini Murcielago is the most impressive of all. The Gallardo, on the other hand, has a history that makes it different from the Murcielago. Before Matt bought it from Everyman Racing, the famous V12 race car had been sitting around for more than 7 years and wasn't working. It's possible for non-operational to mean many things, but in the case of the Murcielago, it was missing some important parts and had a lot of technical problems. When it came out in 2001, the Murcielago was the top-of-the-line car. It had a 6.2L naturally aspirated V12 engine. This car can go from 0 to 60 mph in 3.8 seconds and has a top speed of 205 mph. It has 580 horsepower and 479 lb-ft of torque. It was a fan favorite because of its famous scissor doors, and Matt was eager to bring it back to its former glory. The first step in the restoration was to find a gearbox, since the original was completely lost. Right here is where the trouble began. It wasn't easy to find Lamborghini parts because they are usually hard to find and cost a lot. Matt was able to get through the task, though. After putting in the gearbox, Matt worked on the engine, which needed to be completely rebuilt to work at its best. But that wasn't all. The outside of the car was also a big problem. The Arancio Atlas orange paint that used to be very bright had faded, and the body parts were damaged and worn. Matt fixed the famous scissor doors, fixed up the carbon fiber parts, and gave the car a new coat of its signature lime green paint, making it look like it did when it was brand new. The car was fully repaired by Matt after weeks of hard work. The V12 engine's unmistakable growl brought it back to life. Matt pulls out the big guns, the Porsche 718 K-Mass, just when you thought his last work couldn't get any better. It didn't really roll into Matt's workshop. This sleek German machine flipped its way there. The Porsche had been in a crash accident, which left it badly damaged and not at all like it used to be. That being said, Matt loves a challenge, even if it's a car that looks like it tried out for a Need for Speed game. Matt started fixing the car by working on the badly damaged body, which needed new panels, work on the frame, and a lot of regular upkeep. But Matt didn't want to just put it back together again. He chose to give the car a personality of its own. He customized the Cayman S in a way that reminded him of the GT4, giving it a bright orange paint job and better wheels. Not often do you see a car rise from the ashes and look brave again. Behind the scenes, Matt's Porsche has a 2.5L flat-4 turbocharged engine that makes 350 HP and 310 lb-ft of torque. It is a speed machine that was carefully built and can go from 0 to 60 mph in 4 seconds and top out at 177 mph. The interior of the car, which had seen better days, was also brought back to life perfectly. Matt fixed the seats, changed any broken trim, and made sure the car's entertainment system worked properly again. Matt couldn't help but add a custom exhaust system to finish it off. It gives the Cayman a growl that makes people look twice wherever it goes. The Range Rover Vogue is something that you don't see very often in person. The expensive SUV didn't come to Matt in good shape, just like the other supercars in his garage. It arrived a wrecked mess from a flood, with water getting into places that a car should never get water. It looked like everything was broken from the equipment to the inside. But for Matt, it was just another day at work. The first part of the repair process was working on the inside, which had been badly damaged by the flood. There were tears in the leather seats, stains on the rugs, and a mess of electronics. Matt worked hard and sweated for hours to take the inside apart to its bare shell, drying everything out and fixing any broken parts. He put in new rugs, fixed the seats, and carefully fixed the Range Rover's complicated electronics that make it a showstopper. Fixing the engine of the car was hard, even with some delays. It wasn't moving because of flood damage, so it needed a lot of repairs and replacements. Matt rebuilt the engine parts and fixed the drivetrain to make the Vogue run better again. With the improvements, Matt's Range Rover Vogue now has a 3LV6 diesel engine that makes 258 horsepower and 443 hp of torque, making it a comfort and performance powerhouse